can't afford any slip-ups and didn't really ought to make one here against Peter Mason, the 28-year-old from Hartlepool. Rhodes, who of course grew up with Prince Nassim Hamed in Brendan Ingall's gym. 22 years of age now, the former British light middleweight champion, has already had a world title attempt when he was beaten by the classy Otis Grant. Just came a bit too soon in Rhodes' career, that really, for him. He's in the black trunks here, the blue of Mason, who is, well, he's losing more than he's winning in recent contests. Be a terrible, terrible upset for Rhodes, who is to get derailed here and getting through with a right uppercut. He is a thunderous puncher, Rhodes. He's had 11 wins inside 2 rounds.
Well, already he's hurt Mason with an uppercut. Mason will try and get himself into this fight. He's pretty tough, but really he's pitched in a little deep here with a very hard punching Ryan Rhodes.
Decent clubbing right hand as well from Rhodes, who has the chance, of course, now with Nassim Hamed departing to be part of his own stable, to be the real stable star of the Ingle gym. Good combination punching, and Mason having to take some heavy ones. Blood coming from his mouth already, quite a lot of it as well. He does hit very, very hard, Rhodes. And he's come back very, very well too, mentally, you feel, from that defeat by Otis Grant. And exactly the right attitude about it. And he's punch picking good here. He does have this arms by the side defense, typical of his camp.
Yes, he's very good, Rhodes. He's maturing, coming on with a valuable experience of being in with a world title fight. Still, I think, needs to get his chin down a little bit in fights. Can be caught with punches.
Just using his reflexes, not his arms at all, to avoid Mason's attempts to come back. He's hurt by the right hand there, Mason. Legs stiffened up. Well, it's a brave effort here from Peter Mason, but he looked out of his depth on paper, and frankly, he's looking out of his depth in the ring at the moment anyway.
Well, he's gamely trying, Mason, to get some punches off, but he's had to take some heavy ones in this opening round.
Well, he does get through with a shot there, Mason. Rhodes, by the way, a heaviest ever tonight, 11 stone, 11 and a half. And that's it because he's in with a man who started off as a light heavyweight and has come down to a round super middle. So Rhodes would want to wear a bit of extra weight, not to give too much away. And the right hand puts Mason on the floor. Got up at about 3. We'll have to take a mandatory 8. And it stopped. It stopped. It won't go any further. He was busted up, taking a lot of heavy shots. John Coyle, the Wolverhampton referee, says no more. Good decision, I think, Glenn.
Yes, good decision. A lot of damage around his mouth. I'm not sure if there's a split underneath his lip, but there's certainly a lot of blood there. He was taking heavy punches, went down very heavily at the end of that round. I think it is a good decision. He was pitched in too deep there.
So Rhodes stays on course to get his world title shot at Bert Schenk, the WBO champion. That was the right hand towards the end of the round that put Mason down and persuaded the referee that he'd taken quite enough. A compassionate and sensible refereeing decision, that.
That was a heavy hook around the side of Mason's head. He really crashed to his knees with that punch. And the referee, a good decision, because he would have only have took too much punishment the next round.
Important, I think, to place the win in context. Mason had lost 5 of his last 6 fights. It was really just a mark time exercise, a pay night for Ryan Rhodes. And he's done the job in the manner that we expected of him. And I know that Brendan Ingle, who got his MBE yesterday down at the Palace, and congratulations to him about that, feels that this might be the year for Ryan Rhodes to at last arrive as a world champion. And certainly Schenk, the German who holds the WBO title, didn't really have that difficult a task in winning it, and he's definitely beatable. The hope is there for Rhodes if they can get the fight on. Frank Warren will be central to those negotiations, involved in the chat there with Ryan Rhodes. I wonder what he's telling him. We'll find out maybe pretty soon. Here's Mike Goodall.
Ladies and gentlemen, at the end of round one, the referee has stopped the contest. Peter Mason in no position to continue. The winner, Ryan Rhodes. Well done. And appreciation, please.
Very abnormal for Rhodes. Backstage, Carl Thompson getting ready to defend his WBO World Cruiserweight title in our top of the bill tonight, a fight that's attracted very big interest, an all-British affair against Johnny Nelson. But Thompson plans to dominate this division for a year or two and make the money and grab the recognition that he feels he has not been given to date. Let's get a word with Rhodes and Adam Smith.
Congratulations, Ryan. Another one-round win after your destruction of Fidel Avendano last time. But really, Peter Mason was just out of his depth, wasn't he?
No, it was, yeah, but I just come in tonight. I felt so good. I felt so confident. I knew he weren't that much in front of me. I knew he was a game fighter. He's got heart like a lion. I hit him with one hell of a uppercut, and it split the whole of his bottom, just under his bottom lip. And he still kept coming forward. Got heart like a lion.
Was it a mismatch though, Ryan?
He beat a guy down at our gym called Edwin who was unbeaten. So I'm having good sparring sessions in the gym with Edwin, and he beat Edwin, so I come out tonight. I don't think it was that much of a mismatch. I just got revenge for Edwin in our gym tonight.
It was really a warm-up fight though, hopefully for a world title shot. Is that happening against Bert Schenk?
It definitely is. I think Bert Schenk's promoter's here tonight. So
this is for the WBO middleweight crown.
Yeah, this is for the middleweight title. Again, what I boxed last time against Otis Grant. Fortunately, I got beat on points. Little bit inexperience, but I'm there now.
You've got the experience now. You think you're ready?
Experience. I'm right up here now. I know what I can do, and I know what I'm going to do.
Frank Warren, your promoter. When is it going to happen?
As soon as possible. At the moment, we're meeting later on with Peter Cole, who's the promoter of Bert Schenk, and I hope we're to get the fight on before summer.
Before the summer? You're not giving me a date yet?
Not yet. We'll be given a date soon, though. Once we get the ink dried on the contract, then we'll get a date.
Thanks a lot, Frank. Well done, Ryan.
Thanks a lot.